G'day and welcome to the 9th installment of this Australian terminology, lingos and slangs. It's the same thing I've been doing for the past 8 videos. Well, we've ended with number 8 with 2 Up, which is a gambling game. The 2 pennies, flick them up in the air, them spinning around, going one way or another, and landing in a to see heads, tails, or heads and tails, or tails and heads, whichever way you want to have which way of fluttering. Now we're going into the U's. The U's is quite a small one, and I quite enjoy these ones. The first one is uni. I'm off to uni to learn about public speaking. As you can guess, uni is short for university. There's a unit. A unit means, well, it means 2 things. Here in Australia, a unit would predominantly mean a flat or apartment, but the other usage is on a sporting field, predominantly full contact sport. Being full contact football, mixed martial arts, wrestling, professional wrestling. That guy is predominantly set aside for men. Women don't want to be called this. Because if a woman gets called this, she'll slap you across the face. But if you call a bloke this, of equal size, he'll pat you on the back. I've been called, and I have myself, I've been called a unit. I am built big, a big man. Up oneself, I've said that again. You don't need to see it. You don't need for me to go through it again. Just look at the other videos I've done to find it. And there's lastly for the U's, the ute. A ute is a utility vehicle, predominantly the size of a car, but there goes the rear passenger side, rear passenger seats, put in a flatbed on, and that, my friends, is a ute. We're out of the U's and into the V's, which is again a small. It's quite short, and I find these to be very, very good. And I know about these because I've heard them over the years, for my 30 years on this planet. The terminology veg out. Veg out, sometimes it is a thing that Australians do, in front of a TV. Like, someone go say, can you go to the bottle shop and pick up these beers? We're going to veg out in front of the TV to watch the footy match. It means, to relax. Then there's Veggies, V-E-D, V-E-D-G-I-E-S is short for vegetables. I'm gonna go to the market and get some veggies. Some carrot, corn, celery, so we can have some steam, some veggies for dinner tonight. There's a thing over here in Australia. If you love veggies so much, you call it can be classified as a derogative term. But sometimes mostly a lifestyle choice. Veggie. It's a short term. It's a short way of saying vegetarian. Someone who eats a lot of vegetables. And lastly, on the V side of things, is VDub. VEE space DUB. It's the short way of saying Volkswagen. Simple as that. VW instead of saying VW. We go from the V's into the W. Okay, so there's only a few in the W that I do recognize, and one of them is Wagging School. Wagging School is kids, it's predominantly teenagers who, over in Australia, they would wear their uniform, go to their school, most probably change into some street clothes, exit the school, and spend the day out. Before the school bell goes, they'll go into the school, into the change rooms, put on their uniforms, and come out of school again. Which means they play truant. To wag school is to truant, is to not go to school for students of the most predominantly teenage age group. Walkabout, or to go on a walkabout, is to or simply go. You know, it can be. It's two meanings behind that. It can mean, if you're in a negative sense, get lost, but a positive sense to say, or to say I've gone on a walkabout, is to say I went on an adventure and I found myself. We have a saying here called weekend warrior, and I'm a reserved person. Whinge is to complain. And to you fellas out there, you would love this terminology. White pointers on the beach. Topless sunbaking. Wobbly. It's inexcusable behaviour. There's a terminology called wobbly legs, is predominantly said in football matches for like a gelatinous kick off the ball, where the ball goes away from the post. And Well, and the last thing from the W's is whoop whoop. It just basically means an invented town name or any town any unimportant town. Let's say he lives in Whoop Whoop. There's only one for X, and that is 4X, which is a brand of beer made in Queensland. There's Yabba. It means to talk a lot. I've heard that. There's Yaka. Yaka, it just means work. Hard Yaka means hard work. A Yui, spelled Y-E-W-Y, is a U-turn in traffic, where you can use the Chakayu, or someone will say, oh, there's a medium strip there, Chakayui at those traffic lights. That means to perform a U-turn at those traffic lights to get to where your destination is. A Yobo is an uncouth person. Use is spelled Y-O-U-S-E. It means it just means you. And lastly with Z, Zach. Zach. I've heard this from my mother's father. Speaking about his father. When it comes to a bit of financial situation, it just means sixpence. Like my mum's dad would say about his father. My father would give me a few Zacks to after cutting the grass, or give me a few Zacks from cleaning for helping him out with fixing something in some location. Well, that's it for the mainstream ones. Better leave at that. This is the final in the official main lineup, but number 10 will be just a few that I've seen, that I thought of, that weren't on this particular list. So yeah, this is the 9th one done and dusted, and see you at the 10th and hopefully final. And when I say final, I do mean final. Australian slang, lingos and terminologies. See ya, mate.